You've managed to build an amazing empire, Mr. Brown.
Yeah, well, there was hard work and a lot of luck involved.
You must feel a great sense of accomplishment.
Well, believe it or not, there are other conquests far more satisfying than business.
Oh, could you be more specific?
I can be very specific, Miss London. Where exactly would you like me to start?
Oh, could you be more specific?
I can be very specific, Miss London. Where exactly would you like me to start?
Oh, boy. You're not gonna drop it, are you?
Well, I can't drop it. I mean, if Robert is fooling around with Deborah London after he's asked my sister to marry him, I don't think I can drop it. I'm going to be damned if this man is going to hurt her.
You know, I gotta tell you, I think you're reading things into this. I didn't see anything on that tape that would indicate Robert has more than a working relationship with Deborah London.
Well, I suppose I can understand why you don't see anything out of the ordinary.
If you mean because I don't want you involved in Robert Barr's life again, you're right, especially as his life relates to your sister.
You know, honey, I don't blame you. All I'm saying is that if there's something going on behind my sister's back, I think I have a right to tell her.
Eden, what if you're wrong? Have you thought about how she's going to react? You start making accusations against him that you can't prove. You think she's even going to give you a chance to prove them?
Well, there's the tape.
The tape doesn't do it. The tape didn't prove it to me. What's on that tape can be construed to mean any number of things. Well, it seems to me things are bad enough between you and your sister as it is. If I were you, I'd want to patch things up with her and not risk pushing her out of your life for good. Yeah.
Time to move.
Cloud's back at the station.
Okay, try to
Keep him there. I'm on my way. Thanks. Look, I can't tell you what to do. I just want to say one more time, I think this is bad news.
Well, maybe you're right.
I am right. You should walk away.
Well, I don't know if I can walk away. You know, if being honest and expressing my fears is going to ruin my friendship with her, then so be it. I owe it to her. I love her. To be honest.
Okay.
I have errands to do, and you have to go to work.
What about the kids? What's happening with the kids?
Mrs. Cobb's taking them to the beach. They're going to play Samantha.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
You suppose Mrs. Cobb would want to change jobs with me this afternoon?
Well, actually, the way she keeps those kids in line, I think she needs a better cop.
Everybody needs a better cop.
I love you.
I love you, too.
Okay.
Do what I tell you.
I'm leaving. Bye.
Have a good day, baby.
Cruz? Are you going out?
I'm going back to work.
Have you found out anything more about why Harlan Richards has that murder file on me?
Not really. I've got a couple of leads, but nothing concrete. I was hoping I could make some kind of connection between Mr. Richards and Mr. Atkins, and maybe then I'd have some place from which to work.
Well, you're doing all you can.
Yeah, well, all I can do is try.
I know you will.
Well, I'll see you later, then.
Hi.
Hi. Sit down.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I watched the video.
What do you think?
I thought it was odd. I mean, I thought that Robert was definitely flirting with Deborah, and I don't know, Cruz looked at her, he didn't think there was anything out of the ordinary.
Well, it's subtle, I'll grant you that.
You know, things disturbed me the most was that it seemed that Robert had been drinking when he did the interview.
You're right. It did seem like that. It couldn't be,
Well, it was strange, whatever it was.
You know, even the thing that bothers me about this whole thing is that if he is having a fling with Deborah Lundin, he is lying through his teeth to Kelly.
Chris, what is your interest in all this?
Protecting Kelly. I was there when he kicked her to the teeth last time. I'll be damned if that happens again.
Are you in love with him?
She considers me a good friend. But not good enough that I can go to her with something like this and not have it sound like sour grapes, so I don't know what to do. Can you do something?
I don't know if I can do anything. If I go to her and I tell her what I believe, she's not going to listen to me. If I tell her about the tape, she's going to resent it. And Cruz thinks that I should just stay out of it entirely, and I don't know if that's the right decision either.
Look, I don't want to put you in the position of having a fight with either your sister or your husband.
No. I've actually thought of another possibility. And that is that I could go to Robert and ask him point blank how he feels about Deborah London. Now, I don't know if that's a smart move either.
I don't know, it could make for a very interesting confrontation. Do me a favor, though. If you do this, don't tell him about the cassette. You got it.
No time to wait. Where's the class?
Just out on the forensics to do some paperwork.
When did you back?
He's coming. Go.
Okay, we'll handle the special right now.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, okay, good. Who is the witness?
Oh, thanks.
Anything else? And he will testify that he actually saw Richards pay Jack Sellers to bomb the Blue Sky Brigade rally.
No, thanks.
Oh, well, that's great. I can't tell you what kind of a help this is to us, man. Okay, thanks. You bet. We'll see you. We just got a break. We have a witness from Harlan Richards' own organization who will testify he paid off Sellers to plant that bomb.
We got him, so let's go get him.
Hello, Mr. Richards?
Yes.
McLeod. Yes, what do you got for me?
I just overheard a call Castillo guy. It seems that there's a witness who saw you pay off Jack Sellers to plant that bomb at the Blues rally.
What? There can't be any witness. That's crazy. Well, they do. They're on their way to question him now. Castillo and Donald. Listen, tell me about this. If you follow Castillo and you find out who this witness is, I think somebody's blowing our smoke. All right, I'll let you know whatever I find out.
You looking for me? Pal?
You can't go in there without being announced. Is it true, Mr. Richards? I can't come in?
Mrs. Castillo, of course you can come in. That's all right. Please come in. Sit down. Well, what can I do for you?
I've come to you as the mother, Mr. Richards, to beg you. If you know anything about my son Rick's disappearance, for God's sake, stop hiding it. I can't stand this anymore. I want my son back with me.
Mrs. Castillo, I understand how you feel, and I really am deeply sympathetic. But as I've already told your son, the inspector, I don't know anything. And I really wish that people would stop coming to me for information about which I know nothing.
Oh, I think you know more than you want to say.
Mrs. Castillo, if I had any information about Rick, I would certainly give it to you. Now, since I can't help you, and I happen to be very busy, I must ask you please to excuse me.
I'm sorry to have taken so much of you.
Столько времени.
Thank you.
Спасибо.
В чем дело? Как я понял, ее визит не имеет отношения к Рику. Делвин, я не хочу испытывать судьбу. По-моему, нам пора пустить в ход страховку.
I don't admit to anything. You don't have to. I have it right here on tape. And I'll tell you, you're a fool if you don't cooperate.
I don't know anything to cooperate about. Whatever you think you heard, you misunderstood.
We didn't misunderstand. The way I see it, you got two choices. You can go to jail or you can help us out.
Help you? How?
Well, now, you obviously have a working relationship with Harlan Richards. I could make use of that. So what's it going to be? You're going to remain a member of this department or not? Michael, take him downstairs. Get him ready to book. I'll consider what charges we're going to file. You know, I used to think this guy was a good cop. Get him out of here.
Cruz?
Come on.
You know, I know you're busy, but we have to talk immediately.
All right. Sit down, please. What's on your mind?
You wanted to find a connection between Harlan Richards and Richard Atkins.
Yes, I did.
And I've got it.
Really, what is it?
They're the same person. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm convinced that Richard Atkins and Harlan Richards are the same man.
Are you serious?
Don't be angry with me, but I went to his office and talked to him.
Oh, Lord. I wish you wouldn't have done that, Lamar. Now, we know if we have evidence that Richard Atkins is dead. He died in that fire.
No, someone else did. I think Richard escaped and became Harlan with help from plastic surgery.
Why do you think that?
Cruz, I studied his mannerisms. I listened to his voice. I can see it in his eyes when he looked at me.
And you realize that's an extremely unlikely scenario.
You think I'm imagining it?
I didn't say that.
Well, I should know. Richard and I meant a great deal to one another at one time.
Yes, I understand that. So, how does this add up? The reason he kept that murder file on you all this time then was as protection against the day when you might reveal who he actually is?
But then there's no threat. Richard's still alive, so I can be blamed for his murder.
Well, it's not as simple as that. I mean, saying that they're the same person and proving it are two different things. It leaves a couple of questions unanswered.
Like what?
Well, like, why did Harlan want to kill Rick? And if he didn't want to do it, then who did? Listen, why don't you let me work on this a little while? I mean, I'll suppose that it could be true, and I'll see if I can come up with something. I mean, if it is, and we can prove it, I guess it would put you out of danger.
Thank you, Mijo. Hello, Robert.
Hello, Edie.
Are you waiting for anybody? Can I talk to you
early. Please, sit down.
Really nothing earth-shattering.
I just wanted to ask you about your opinion of somebody. Deborah London's been working in our studio. She's been editing her documentary. And we were sort of thinking of offering her staff job. And I know you've come in contact with her a lot lately. I just wanted to ask you what you thought.
Well, I'm not too impressed. And frankly, she's a nuisance. I mean, I know that may be something that you might be looking for in a reporter, but to me, it's a pain in the neck. I mean, I cannot tell you how many times she barged onto my yacht, unannounced, invading my privacy. I'll tell you something else, too. She actually came on to me a couple of times, but I set her straight right away.
I see. Well, evidence gave her for her. But she does have the qualities as a reporter, persistence, refusal to be intimidated by your name or reputation.
You know, somehow I get the feeling this isn't exactly what you want to talk about.
Of course it is.
It is? Mm-hmm. All right, well, I wanted to ask you something. Now, you know that I have asked Kelly to marry me. Are you going to put up any opposition to it?
I'm not in great favor of it right now. All I can tell you is that if you hurt her, you're going to have my whole family to tell. Are you still trying to lead my life, Edie? When are you going to stop and mind your own business?
I'm sorry I didn't know you were standing there, Kelly.
Edie, when are you going to just stop and stay out of my affairs? Kelly, Robert asked me what I thought about him proposing marriage to you, and I told him I didn't want you to hurt. Well, having my sister keep things from me hurts me a lot more than he ever will. Kelly, I am not going to get into this in public. Come on. I should have known that you were the one he was waiting for. I'm sorry. I apologize. Excuse me.
Nice seeing you, Eden.
Nice seeing you, too.
Hi.
What we got?
I had him pull the files on Richard Atkins and Harlan Richards, and it's interesting. Atkins' fingerprints were never put in this file, so there's no way I can try to compare them.
How about dental work?
They don't match.
They don't.
Yeah.
So your mom's wrong.
Well, I'm not ready to make that assumption yet.
Well, I'm surprised to hear you say that, Inspector. I was beginning to think that making assumptions were a Castillo family trait. Or is that jumping to conclusions?
Mr. Richards, to what do we owe the pleasure, etc.?
Officer, I would like to speak to the inspector alone, if you don't mind. Sure. I'll be down in front.
What do you want?
Well, I've come with a business proposition for you.
Really, and what might that be?
I would like you to work for me.
Thank you, but I already have a job.
Well, why not think of this as supplemental work? And, of course, with supplemental income.
This is the door. I suggest you use it.
Inspector, I have a file in my possession which proves that your mother was responsible for the death of a man named Richard Atkins 25 years ago. Now, I think you know what's in that file, because recently someone broke into my townhouse, and I'm quite sure it was you. Now, I'm a reasonable man. However, if I am pushed, I am prepared to make that file public. And that means that your mother would go to jail for murder. Now, I could be persuaded not to do that if you come to work for me.
I can't believe you're sitting here saying this to me.
Inspector, unbelievable things get easier to believe all the time.
You realize that you're trying to blackmail a police officer?
Blackmail is an ugly word, Inspector. I hardly think that is accurate as to what's happening here. I'm simply offering you an opportunity that you can't afford to turn down. No, I know all about your integrity and how much you care about upholding the law at all times and at all costs. But I suspect that you care about your family even more. So I can't believe that you would allow your mother to go to jail when you could so easily prevent it. Now, do we have a deal? Would you like a little more time to think about it? Say a minute or two.